Hi, I'm Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on. So, I went to see this film 2 days ago now, and in my opinion, I thought this movie was okay. I didn't think it was great or anything, but I had seen prior that there had been some generally positive reviews for this one, and yeah, in my opinion, I think this was an alright film. Not a great movie or anything, but for what it was, I thought it was alright. Um, I think the cinematography is pretty good. I think the way the action scenes are shot pretty solid. Uh, I think like the editing in the film is alright. It's like I think the way their edit is alright. I think that there is some generally pretty good shots in the film. It is a nice film to look at. Yeah, so I think the cinematography and the editing are these. The cinematography is quite good, and I think the editing is pretty decent. Uh, Now as for the pace in this film, now I mean this film is it's not really that it's not really that long, but not really too short here. The film is an hour and 45 minutes in total. But I'm gonna be honest. I thought the film honestly felt a bit long for that run time, because I I know it felt like a bit longer than it was. I kind of felt like it was 2 hours in length. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not. I didn't think the pacing was dreadful or anything, but it just wasn't that great. I just thought like I think they could have done a better job of kind of making the film feel more like its runtime, cause it kind of did feel a bit long for its hour and 45 minute runtime. But yeah, so the pacing wasn't great, but not really the worst pacing I've ever seen though. Uh, the sound and music was all right. I mean, granted, this is like, it is the usual like it is pretty much the typical kind of music that you would hear in a movie like this. But like, I still think it is like I think it is a pretty decent score. Nothing amazing or anything, but it's all right. As for the characters now,
Property. Do you know what they do here? Scamming the weakest in our society. I did it for you.
our main protagonist in the film is his name is Adam Clay, and well, there's there's nothing really about his character that makes him really that much different from any other character that Jason Statham is playing. Because, well, no, Jason Statham, he pretty much just plays the same character and everything that he's in. He's kind of just always that big tough guy who's gonna kill loads of people with his new gun. And well, like, his character here, Adam Clay, he's definitely no exception. Once again, just the typical action star for Statham to portray. But to be fair, I mean, in his in as he always does, he always just kicks a load of ass. And well, to be fair, I do think the movie is definitely at its best when he's on screen and he's doing all this action. Now, Now, I was for like, I think all the other characters, I won't really talk too much about that many of the other characters, but like, I think the other characters are alright, but they're not really as interesting as, Statham is. They're not terrible characters or anything, but it's just, they're nothing really not really that memorable. I don't really have that much to say about a lot of these other characters. What I will say is, we have Josh Hutcherson in this movie, and well, between this movie and Five Nights at Freddy's, he seems to be making a comeback. Um, and what I will say is, I actually thought his role in this film, which he did pretty well for what he was given, he actually played a really different character to what he usually plays, but to be fair, he did it pretty well. Um, but yeah, so for the most part, the characters wasn't really that interesting to talk about, but Statham is definitely the best character. It's just always, just doing what he always does. Um, Now, obviously, the plot of this film. Now, obviously, this is a really dumb movie. Like this film has its plot is literally the guy is a beekeeper, and he basically goes on a revenge mission after a friend of his gets scammed. Uh, yeah, honestly, it's definitely a really stupid plot for a film, but to be fair, the film, I think the movie kind of does know deep down that it's quite dumb, and to be fair, it is just it kind of does just play along with its kind of dumbness. It is really just another film where Statham just shoots up the place and stuff, but to be fair, I do think it is entertaining, and yeah, I'll admit the action sequences in this film are actually pretty good. Like, they're entertaining to watch, and I think the film is definitely at its best when it focuses on these action sequences. So, yeah, the plot of the film, again, really a really dumb plot, but it plays along with it, and I think it can be a bit enjoyable if you just go along with it. The narrative structure now, like, I'll be honest, I don't think this movie really does the best job when it comes to the narrative structure because, well, see, the thing is, a lot of the film is just, these action sequences where, we've just got Jason Statham and, there's just a lot of violence going on, and the movie is definitely at its best whenever it's focusing on all of this, but at some point the movie will kind of just take a break from all that and kind of focus on all the other characters. And I mean, I understand, but I'll be honest, whenever Statham is not on screen, the movie does kind of start to get, a little bit not really boring, but I do think the scenes where Statham isn't present, they do go on for a little bit, and yeah, it's just, I mean, they're not terrible or anything, but it's just, I kind of feel like the movie, I kind of feel like he himself kind of should have been in this like a bit more, which is kind of weird to say because he is the main character, but it's just, I felt like whenever the movie steers away from him, like again we kind of have to look at everything else going on, but it's just not. I don't think it's really as fun. It just the movie does. I think it's during these scenes where the film does kind of starts to get really slow, and it's just way more entertaining watching, see them just commit loads of violence and stuff. Um, and it's just focusing on his revenge mission. So yeah, I don't think the narrative sorry. I get why we needed to focus on everything else going on, but yeah, I do think a movie kind of could have done a better job, like kind of making these scenes feel less slow. Anyway, but overall, The Beekeeper is an okay movie. It's not great or anything. It is just yet another dumb Jason Statham action flick, but to be fair, it is entertaining. It does have a lot of action sequences, and yeah, overall, it is just a pretty fun time. Now, granted, I do think the movie could do a better job with its pacing and its narrative structure, but really, if you just look at what this movie for what it is, just a really dumb action flick with Jason Statham, it's alright. It is a fun time as well. At least it's way better than a certain film he starred in last September. So yeah, if you do just want to watch like Jason Statham, there's just a lot of violence for like an hour and 45 minutes, then well, there are a lot of scenes where he's not in it, but maybe you're better off skipping through those scenes. But with that being said, overall, it's an okay film. Not one that I'd be planning to watch again anytime soon, but you know, that just take it for what it is, and you might have like an alright time with it. So with that, I'm going to give The Beekeeper a 6 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.